Just a few minutes ago, Dolph sent out his thoughts about this past week, and that he shared those on social media, and it was a culmination of a process that we went through this week. I thought they were very sincere and from the heart, and I appreciated that. I've mentioned previously that he crossed a line when he made derogatory remarks toward Macy, and he regrets that, and he owns it. He knows that he said it, and only he, and he's fully accepted the 2-game suspension, and he's ready to move on, and so is everybody else. That's the good news. Just a side note, we have 650 student athletes, and when one of them, any of them, at any one time is going through something difficult, it raises my bar and my, where I take action, and that's really what this is. Macy he's a terrific young man. I've loved watching him grow as a student, as an athlete, and as a person over this last year, and so that's kind of that. And then finally, on Wednesday, I made some comments about some previous tensions, and those tensions were real, and we needed to work through those, and we have, and we've had some great discussion with Fran and Gary and myself, and we have a plan moving forward, and we're in a good place. So with that, I'll let you ask any questions.
Gary, what is that plan moving forward? Is Gary going to continue in his role as in basketball this year and beyond?
Yes, I mean he'll after the 2-game suspension he'll move back into his chair.
Can you be more specific about what the tensions of the past that you've referred to?
No, that's between Gary and Fran and myself, and they were real, and we had some really good, constructively critical discussions and how we move forward, and it was a real healthy conversation. And the good news is we're all on board with the plan moving forward. We're in a good place.
Why did you decide to include that in the press release?
Because they were real, they existed, and they needed to be worked through, and fortunately we worked through them.
Would it have been better to do it kind of behind closed doors and not publicly? Because it has caused I'm sure
it would have been terrific. The tensions we've been working through in the past have been done behind closed doors. Once this occurred, it was really difficult to keep all of that behind closed doors. So the activity or the comments on Tuesday night kind of opened the box, and I was able to make the determination working with Learfield and Gary to create the suspension for 2 games. And then we had to go through this process. It was time to really sit down and work through some of these issues. They're going to remain private, but the fact that we're having them it came about as part of what happened on Tuesday night.
Is he going to maintain everything as far as like the shows and stuff?
We haven't finalized anything. We're good about moving forward. He's going to remain with basketball, and we're just working through the details. We have a little time because his next broadcast would be the Iowa State game.
Has Gary talked to Macy directly as of yesterday? He hadn't. Has that changed since?
He hasn't yet. I mean, one of the things that I'm proud of is that the student athletes. I met with the student athletes. I met with Macy, and their focus is 100% on Wisconsin and figuring out how to beat a really good basketball team. And so, while there was a lot of external noise, they were focused on that. So that we're not going to do anything. At some point, Gary would like to, and I know that I'm confident it'll happen.
In hindsight, maybe should the tensions been addressed earlier rather than it kind of coming to a head the other night?
You're assuming that they haven't been addressed earlier. So we were working through them. What happened Tuesday? I can't roll back what happened Tuesday night. I'm comfortable where we're at, and I think we had some really good conversations, and we're moving forward.